Good evening and welcome back to DTR. We've got the Champions race tonight. We're here in Austin and we've got the best drivers from across all 6 divisions from DTR. And they're going to go head to head in a season finale. And a little bit of a different setup for tonight. We've got a full qualifying session, which means that we will have 5 drivers dropping out of Q1. Then we'll have a Q2, 5 drivers will drop out. And then we will finish with the final 10 drivers having a shootout for the fastest lap and to get on pole. So in case you're wondering, yes, we're going to have some Division 1 drivers. Yes, they're going to be going up against some people in Division 6. But we have realistic performance on the cars tonight. So Red Bull, the Ferrari, are probably going to be your faster cars. The Aston Martin and your Williams are probably going to be the slower cars. And you have the Division 1 drivers in those slower cars and the Division 6 drivers in the faster cars. So that balances the field out. Ultimately, it should be a bit of fun. We'll see what happens. We'll try and follow a couple of drivers around the track. And we'll try and give everyone some air time. I think Billy's gone out early. So we'll jump on board with him for now. Try and get rid of some of this mess that I've made on the left-hand side. So I'll try and give you an overview of where the drivers have come from and what they've achieved this season. We'll stick on board with Billy and we'll start with him. And he was in Division 4 this year. And actually in the final race of the season was trying to claim the championship win. Didn't quite happen for him. But him and Stuart Foxy, he is in the Alpine tonight. They won the Constructors' Championship pretty convincingly with a couple of races to spare. So that booked him his place on this Race of Champions night. So we're here in Austin. I'll take you around a lap with Billy. And then I'll go through a few more of the drivers, as we've got a long qualifying session ahead of us. He enters the pit straight to start his lap. He's on the soft tyre, the red mark tyre. As he makes his way up the hill into turn 1, quite a tricky turning point. You've got to be careful on the throttle out of here. Down the hill, you can lose it if you're not careful. And you through into this sector 1, which is made up of S bends. Just after the lift through the 3rd bend. So easy to lose your car through here if you're not careful. He's done a nice job so far, and obviously we'll set a purple first sector as he makes his way down to the back straight in sector 2. We get a mini hairpin. Driving the McLaren today. Trying to get onto the back of that Ferrari for a little bit of a slip, but I think he's a bit too far away for that. Coming into another hairpin at the end of the straight. And then we get into another windy section. Again, this part of the track we could see a few spins today because of the different. It's a bit subtle, but there's different elevations there which can spit the car out. And then this long right-hander, it's about 3 or 4 corners all in one, and then it flicks through into a fast left-hander. Got to be so committed through there. As Billy now comes to the final corner. Got to be careful on the traction again. Nice and neat from him, and he will set the fastest first time of 1:36.032. There's a Ferrari coming round next, and I think it's BV Boldy, one of our Division 6 drivers. He's round in the last 2 corners. Comes round onto pit straight and he puts the time up. That's Lancey from Division 2, but it's in a 1:35.4 and he is in the AlphaTauri this evening. So he's put the marker down. Fox Blue in the Haas, who was part of Division 3, is putting in a 1:36 and he's in the Haas tonight. So let's try and find someone that's on a reasonable part of the lap. We're on board with ABX, who's invalidated. There's another Shiba on his left. He's put in a faster second sector as Yari goes into pole in the Williams. Again, remember this won't be the starting grid at the end of Q1. There is a shootout to be higher than 15th, essentially. As we're on board with Shiba, another one of our Division 6 drivers. He rounds the final bend. We saw a purple second sector from him. What can he do? He can put it in second, a 1:35.3. So you can see the balancing of the cars is making it a little bit more equal. ABX, we saw is on that invalid lap. Jens is charging, and I think Marshmallow, and there you go, there's the traction out of turn 1, so I think he backs out of that. Let's have a look at Bog, who's qualified. He was in Division 5, and I believe is in here on his Constructors Merit. He had a much improved season this year, and he picks up the Red Bull, and he will be mighty quick in that car. And he is an absolute horror show to try and overtake. So if he can pop his car up higher on the qualifying list, he will be a nightmare to get past. He had some good pace last night in a little test run that a few of the drivers had. So he's going to be hoping for a good result tonight. Mr. DTR himself. So he's making his way around the final sector. Where is he going to place this Red Bull? It's nice and neat. Through the penultimate corner. Into the last corner. Again, takes the apex nicely. Uses all the track on the exit. And he puts it in third. A 1:35.3. That's a good start from Bob. He'll be happy with that. So let's see his teammate for the night. Jordan, who was also in Division 5. I think he was in there. He's in here due to his Constructors win. He was paired up with Racing Ryan, who is currently in 5th in this qualifying. So what can the other Red Bull do? Takes a nice chunk of the hairpin and just put a fastest second sector in. A lot of people beating that time, so he takes a nice wide line through there. So Aston Martin gets out of the way. Jordan finishing off the third sector. This is the apex slightly. Could get a bit tighter in there, but he did put a purple second sector in, so this is going to be a good lap, and he has. He's put it on pole, 1:35 flat. And there could even be a little bit more in that lap, I think. So good work from Jordan. Let's have a look at Stab, who is our Division 3 champion in the Haas. He had a fight right up to the, the very last lap, actually, of Division 3. And managed to nick it right at the end. I think he was always going to beat Fox in the end, but Fox Blue did put it in the bin right on the last lap, going all out to try and I think he was trying to overtake Quistro for the title. But Stav has now put in a quicker second sector, so he's going to be up there. He had a good little test race yesterday, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him right up there as he rounds the final corner, gets his DRS open for the final little bit of straight. He's in 7th, so may not have had the best first sector, so we will see some improvement from him, I have absolutely no doubt. And Jug has joined us. Welcome, Jug. Seems like he's muted. I'm sure he'll join us in a second, but we're on board with ABX as he comes across the line. I think he's just starting a lap now, actually, so we can follow him. He was our Division 4 champion. Had a very good start to the season and a strong finish. Managed to just keep the two Hasses of Billy and Stuart out right at the end. There was a three-way battle for the championship at the end. He did a great job of just getting enough points to keep him over the line. There was a bit of controversy in the last race. We won't talk about it, but he got his win in the end, and must say he did deserve it. as he now comes around to start, or into the middle of sector 2. He'll start the back straight. We'll see where he can put his McLaren.
And here I am.
Hey, here he is.
What's going on?
Mr. Jugger's here. Mr. Good opening session, my friend.
Yes,
well,
sir. Yes, sir.
We're still in Q1, to be fair. But ABX
just having a look at the field here. Question.
Yeah.
What is DTR Black Mama doing on the field?
I think there was quite a few Division 1 drivers that couldn't make it, so he's jumped in.
Yeah. Good to see him out. I know he's been having some thoughts about maybe not racing next season, so it's good to see him still just hopping out for the odd session.
Yeah, I think he might be back for next year. To be fair, I think he's put his name in the hat, so
good.
Be good to see him out there. Let's jump on board with Wesley. Actually, we haven't seen him put a lap in yet. And his teammate Yari is currently in second, and had a bit of a miserable practice yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah. He was talking about the setup. The setup he was using was a little too loose for his liking, so he did end up spinning the car a couple times. But well, hopefully he got a more stable setup for today's race, and it's looking like 35-1 for him right now, which is a really good time to start off Q1.
Yeah, I was gonna say he looks a bit more stiff now, doesn't he?
Definitely. Gotta love it. So Wesley on a lap here into the third sector, coming around the final corner now. Deploy has been used up. See what he comes across the line with. There's going to be a 35.5, so it's going to put Wesley in P9 with that Williams. Actually, what is kind of funny, Hammers, is everything's on realistic performance today, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And
so,
actually,
Yari, let's just have a little round of applause for him. He put a P2 with a Williams.
He did, but this is only Q1. He's got to do it all again.
Very true.
He's got to do it all again. But yeah. I'm hearing that he's not using your setup tonight.
Oh, is that been confirmed?
Not completely confirmed, but as Donkey Dan just, I think he must be using your setup, man.
Donkey Dan, did he go around?
Yeah, he's just spun around.
Oh yeah.
So, who else is on track? Jens just put a time in, coming in 18th. He's on a 136. So having this realistic performance in is good for the field, really. There's only a second between nearly the whole field, isn't there, really?
Mhm. Yeah, I like it. The lower divisions will start in the more powerful cars, and the higher divisions will start in the lower powered cars. So I think it's good. It keeps the competition on more of a level playing field, otherwise than it would be with equal cars. So the D1 guys aren't flying 5 or 6 seconds ahead of the D6 guys. So I like it. I think it's a good call.
PV Boldy's just gone round at turn 1. So just trying to find
turn
some
one.
else.
Turn 1 is super difficult for traction, eh?
Yeah, horrible. You have to. Well, you don't have to brake so hard into it, do you? But on the exit, you've got to be so careful on the power.
Yeah, it's just that downhill. I find if you just start hitting the gas over the crest of the hill, that's when you'll spin. So you got to kind of wait until you get on that downhill, and then you can just pin it. But any time really before the crest of that hill, it's very dangerous to get on the power.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a couple of sections like that really around this track, isn't there?
Mm.
Colin, if I told you to put your money where your mouth is, who's going to win? Who's going to win the race?
Now, I don't want to say it's going to be one of the higher tier boys, but I think Lancey may have a good shot. I think Bog might have a good shot. I mean, he's in the Red Bull. It's already has a lot of straight line speed, so I think talking with him over the past few days, he has gone with more of a low downforce setup. So low downforce on a Red Bull means he's just going to be cracking away from people on the straights. And if he can just, keep the times up through the first and the third, he might have a pretty good shot at least a podium today.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yourself?
Don't disagree. I think if he can put it high up there on qualifying, as we're just going to watch Fox start his qualifying lap, I think it's in him yet. I think if he can put it up there on a good qualifying lap, I think he would be very hard to overtake. I think before the race, and I'm not so sure now, I've seen some of these Q1 times coming in, I would have said that Billy in a McLaren is quick. He's got a quick car considering his ability. I think... who were the other two I was looking at? I think Racing Ryan. He's absolutely dominated Division 5 this year. And he's in an Alpine. And I think... and Nellboy. I was looking at him as well in the McLaren. Mercedes, sorry. He's in a Mercedes. He was pretty quick in Div 5. Racing Ryan's in 7th at the minute. And he's not too far off the pole time. So I think they were the three I was looking at, but I don't know. I think even Stav. I mean, I'm picking half the field here, but I think even Stav's got a great shout. He's been really.
What car is Stav in?
He's in a Haas. So there's a Mercedes.
Well, I mean, hey, come on now. I mean, I didn't even know. I did not see Billy was in McLaren. What are the downfalls of the McLaren? Is it straight line speed or is it the cornering? I'm not 100% sure.
No, I'm not. I mean, I think they've always had a problem with straight line speed this year, haven't they? I could be wrong. Could be wrong, but
I am. And obviously, the Codemasters will update the cars as the season goes along. Is that right? The performance
you know
level?
more about that than I do. Yeah, I believe they must keep it up to date, but I don't know how often they update it.
So I mean, the McLarens have been performing better lately. I think they're pretty close on par with the Alpines. So
okay.
Upper midfield car. Definitely could finish on the podium if things go right for them. So yeah, I mean, now that you're saying Billy puts it P5 there for the 35-1. But I think they got a chance to score some points and maybe hit a podium today if everything goes right for them.
For sure. Well, as you can see, the top three have either retired or they've binned it somewhere. They are out of Q1 now, but their times will stand. They've not been disqualified.
I think they'll be safe.
Yeah, so they look okay. So I think if we stick on with Stav, because I think he's definitely got some time in his lap. He's just going down the back straight as we're talking, as it looks like ABX is just putting a quicker lap than his teammate Billy.
Now, the one thing I do hate about this track for qualifying and even a sprint race is the sun down the back straight and into the final corner. In the final corner, it is practically impossible to see your braking zone.
Oh yeah, well, Stav's just invalidated after having a purple second sector. Wesley, is he on a lap? Because he will probably be one of the last to come across.
Just having a look at his ERS now.
No, he's got it on, so we'll stick on board with him then. So the people at risk at the moment are Jens, who has actually finished, so he will be out of Q1. BV Boldy, Marshmallow, Nathaniel Perrin, that's surprising.
Black Mamba as well up there in
Black
P16.
Mamba, yeah.
He's in the pits, so he's definitely out of this session.
He's out, yeah, and Marshmallow's in the pit as well. So Nathaniel, let's jump on with Nathaniel quickly, and he's just coming round to the end. As Stuart Foxy puts it on pole, 134.9. Oh, don't leave him off the list.
9 for Stuart. Great lap for him.
Coming
across the line now is Nathaniel. P16.
Couldn't make it.
So that's it. It's going to be Jens, Baldy, Marshmallow, Black Mamba, and Nathaniel Perrin out in Q1. That is an interesting couple. Yeah, Wesley making it through by the skin of his teeth.
Oh, hey,
has to do another lap, though. Puts it on a 35-0. So maybe not the skin of his teeth on that one.
No, I think
Stav, though.
Yeah,
Stav got lucky there.
Yeah,
the
only 10th pocket
Haas's
as well. Struggling.
Both making it through to Q2, so good job for them.
Yeah. Well, I think so while we wait for Q2 to start, we can probably just talk a little bit more about the field and where they've come from. I've done a little bit of it. But I'll let you talk about the Div 1 guys, because you drive with them, don't you? You're one of those
Yeah,
quickies.
yeah.
So
Well, I'm not all that quick, but before we do that, quickly,
yeah, go on,
we'll just run through it again.
go for it.
So the ones who are going to be out are Nathaniel Perrin, P16, Black Mamba in P17, Marshmallow in P18, BV Baldy in 19th, and rounding out the field in 20th will be Jens Hofer. So the rest of you guys will be in for Q2. And yeah, I mean, for the D1 guys, the only D1 guy that is out in this session is unfortunately Black Mamba. I've heard him complain about this track sometimes, so I think he has some problems with it here and there. Just might not be able to find a great setup, and then obviously sticking him in an Aston Martin is a little bit difficult on realistic
Every
difficulty.
boy's dream.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I mean, DTR Yari, great driver, very consistent, has had his troubles on this game. Doesn't like it as much as last year's game. He likes a really snappy car, and he's had some trouble, obviously, with the understeer and the heaviness of this year's cars. But he's come back into form over the last few races, and I'm excited to see what he's going to get up to next season. So I think he'll be back at the front of the field and fighting for some victories and maybe even a championship next year.
Yeah, and I think every time I'm on a track with him, he just blows everyone away, don't he? He's rapid.
Yeah, very quick driver. DTR Wesley is the other one that got through to Q2, and Wesley, just a consistent driver. Has good pace. There's not much else to say. I mean, he's teammates with Shabby in Division 1. I believe they took home the Constructors title for Division 1 this year.
Let's have a look.
So,
were they in the Ferrari? I remember it was the Ferrari that
they
won
were in the Ferrari.
Yeah, so it would have been, would have got the Constructors.
Yeah. So those two, they'd make a great team. Both of them are very consistent. Shabby, I would say, is one of the top drivers in the league, if not the top driver. Him and Yara usually have a pretty good go at each other, though.
And Wesley's he's done a bit of esports driving, hasn't he, recently?
Yes, actually, Wesley and I had a esports race around this track on Monday.
Oh, how'd it go?
And it was not great, not great, but hey, good practice for Wesley. It was fun. It was fun. A couple of unfortunate events left us without any points, but at the end of the day, just a little practice for the champions race.
Yeah, got him warmed up.
Yeah.
Put it on third, didn't he? So I don't know if you might know a little bit more about the Division 2 drivers than I do. Donkey Dan Lancy and is it Tenkate? Is that how you say his name?
I just call him Tenkate.
Tenkate, okay. Yeah,
Tenkate, I think is his name.
Okay.
Lancy 23, just a very, very good driver. He's actually drives on a pad, which freaks me out that he can be that quick on a pad.
How's he that quick?
And you hear that a lot. You see a lot of drivers, and one day they mention they're on the pad, and it kind of freaks you out. It goes, oh, okay, all right. But no, Lancy's a good driver, a consistent driver. He's quick, and just a great guy all around. Fun to race with, and we'll hopefully be seeing him do pretty well today. But on to Donkey Dan. Donkey Dan should be a Division 1 driver. Not gonna lie to you. Very, very quick. Very consistent as well. He has had his troubles through the season here and there, but I believe he did lock up the championship.
Yeah, he won it.
So he won that in Abu Dhabi, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm not sure which track. I just saw that he had sealed it. Yeah, I think he ended up quite a long way in front in the end.
Yeah, so we'll hopefully be seeing him, and hopefully be seeing Lancy as well, as he's on his first lap of Q2 here, just coming down the back straight into Sector 3 in Division 1 next season, so hopefully both of them will be up there. In Tenkate, however you want to say his name, I don't know a whole lot about him. I haven't raced with him very much, so I don't know if there's a lot to tell. We'll just see how he performs today.
I think I had a race with him in... where was it? In Holland, I think. Stabs just invalidated his lap as he was coming over the line. I think you said Lancy was next. But yeah, I had a race with him in the Nations Cup. And Yeah, like he was very good on defense. To tell you that for free, he was very hard to pass. But other than that, didn't really see him too much. To be honest, it started raining. Everyone dumped at the pits, so.
Yeah.
But, we're just starting to see some drivers come over the line for the first time, so we'll come back to the divisions in a second. Whew, Yari.
34.5 for Yari. Oh my gosh.
He's found another half a second.
I do want to ask quickly, short qualifying versus full qualifying. The track is basically like Q3 as Billy comes across with a 36.2. The track in short qualifying is basically like Q3, right? In a full qualifying? Yeah. Because we are seeing times, they are quick. Obviously, it's it's not equal performance. So will we see faster times than a short quali on equal, or will we see slower?
I'm not actually sure, to be honest. Well, I think if you base it on what we were doing, you were in the race last night, weren't you?
Mm.
So I wonder if it might just take a little while for the track to warm up, rubber in. So I wonder if by Q3 it'll the times will start to really drop, because I think wasn't there a 1:33 last night in a short qualifying?
Yeah, I believe so. I know on Monday a couple guys were putting in like 32.5s, 32.4s, and I don't think we'll see that today unless it comes from a Red Bull or a Ferrari. But mid 33s, I think we'll definitely see in Q3.
Yeah. Cool. Let's jump on board with we'll have a watch of Nell Boy. I haven't seen him yet tonight in the Mercedes. I think he picked up his first. I think he got 3 wins in the end this year. He picked up his first win of his DTR campaign, and went on to have a really strong season. Actually, came second in the championship in the end.
Yeah, Nell Boy and Bogorowski, they've both been improving a lot this season.
Yeah.
Bogorowski picked up a couple wins of his own, so I've heard.
I think he
also,
was very
speaking
unlucky.
of Nell Boy,
yeah, go on.
Look at the American helmet he's got on.
Showing
a little bit of love to America tonight.
And he's put a faster second sector in as well, so he's going to try and get the fans going, I think.
Yeah, so just rounding into the penultimate corner, coming around that fast right-hander. You got to be careful with that corner. Depending on your setup, sometimes you can't take it flat, and also depending on how old your tires are. But coming through the final corner is Nell Boy now crossing the DRS and coming across the line with a 35.434. That's going to put him P3. So a nice lap there from Nell Boy.
Yeah, I expect him to get quicker and quicker as it goes on. I think he's someone that seems to bed in a little bit, but I don't really remember his qualifying during Division 5. He tended to be around sort of 5th or 6th place, and then just made his way back up the field.
Quick really shout here. I think Bog is on a lap, and I believe he just put in the fastest first sector.
Yeah, I'm on board with him now. So he's just coming round onto the back straight, isn't he?
Let's check out his speed. I want to see what he reaches on the back straight. So up to 300 kilometers an hour now. Let's see where he gets it by the braking zone. 321 for me. I don't know what that is in MPH. I believe you have yours on in miles per hour, do you not?
I do, but I wasn't watching. And he's just put
321 kilometers.
If he did do a fastest first sector and he's just put a fastest second sector in, he is just about to blow Yari's time out of the water here, isn't he?
Honestly, yeah. And there are glitched sectors in this game. I don't want to put anything past him.
What are you saying? I
don't want to put anything past him here, but through the final corner is Bogorowski now.
It's a great exit.
And he's going to put in a 35.2. So, maybe. Maybe we saw a little bit of a glitch there.
He was saying last night actually that he was losing 7/10 in the third sector, so I wonder if he's having the same problem tonight.
Oh no, that could be down to the wings. I mean, honestly, the wings being low are a huge problem in the third sector around this track. I don't really know what else to say about that, honestly. It's pretty split. I think a lot of people will run high, and then the other half of the field will run low, and it evens out. But as long as you can keep people behind you, if you're running those low wings in the third sector, you'll be okay.
What's your preference? What would be your strategy?
I run 22, 24 around here. And a lot of people run like a 38, 35, or even in the 40s, 50s front,
Yeah.
and the 40s in the back. So
I think I was a 45, 38 last night, I think.
45, 38. Yeah, a lot of people prefer to go for those higher wings. I did do a test with them. So testing the lower wings versus the higher wings through the first sector. If you're behind in the first sector, it is pretty difficult to pass. Same thing in the third. As I'm on with Jordan right now, he's just doing a in-lap, I believe. But in the third sector, there's that sharp left-hander before you come through the fast, long right-hander.
Yeah.
It's like that triple apex. That is really one of the only passing areas in the third sector, unless you're Hammers UK and you send one in the final corner. We won't talk about that.
Well, at least it wasn't Hammers Suck tonight. We'll take that.
Yeah, Hammers Suck. Hammers Suck 88. Firing moves in the final corner.
You've got to make it happen, mate. You can't just sit there.
Yeah. Hey, if you don't go for a gap that isn't there, I don't know the saying, but
I'm sure there is a saying.
Yeah.
I think Lancey's about to come round, but I'm on board with 10 Carter. I don't know how you say his name, but Lancey's just gone into
34.9 for Lancey.
Yeah. And we've got a Mercedes warming up their tyres out here. I think that might be Nellboy again.
It is,
yeah, he's only Mercedes, isn't he? So.
And Nellboy, we also got Stewart. Stewart, I believe, just came out of the pits.
How did he? Oh, he was pole, wasn't he? We'll jump on board with him next because we'll see how he completes his lap. I don't think we've watched him yet tonight. So
and you're just on with 10 Cat now.
Yeah, he's just coming round to finish sector 3. Gets the apex nicely. And where's he going to be?
35-2.
35-2. So
right behind his teammate.
3 people yet to set a lap. Fox Blue, Stav in the Haas. They've both been out on track. They've obviously both invalidated and gone back in for fresh sets of tyres. And then Wesley, we know, just likes to leave it late for some reason.
Yeah, I think Wesley's going to try to get through on one lap.
Let's jump on board with, is Stuart nearing? Yeah, he'll be starting his lap very shortly, so we'll jump on board with him. So the drivers at risk currently then, it's Billy, Donkey Dan, Fox Blue, Stav and Wesley. But they've still got plenty of time for one more run.
Well, I think Billy is just ahead of Stewart, so he's going to start his lap before Stewart. You stay on with Stewart. I'll stick on with Billy and let you know how it's going.
Nope.
But I'll let you call out Stewart's lap because I know he's just about to start it now.
Yeah, perfect. Well, I think he did a 136. Was that an outlap? It's a pretty good outlap. Nice and aggressive through the first corner. Making his way through the S-bends. It's looked pretty neat and tidy so far. He's gone through sector 1, there's no purple there. He's now making his way down to the back straight. And he'll be hoping he's close enough to Billy actually to get a bit of a tow, but I think Billy's a bit further down the line. But Nellboy goes pole, 134.5.
So Nellboy sticks it on pole.
He's a late starter.
Q2.
And
we'll see if Stewart or Billy can answer.
I don't know if Lancey's retired in the pits. There is a AlphaTauri in the pit. Foxy now making his way round the hairpin and then onto, I don't know if it's one right-hander or whether it's about 6 corners in one, I don't really know, but he's cutting enough of the chicane. How's Billy getting on?
Billy's actually 8/10 up on his time right now, and I don't know where that's going to put him. It might put him near like 35.4, 34.9.
Stuart's about to finish
34.9.
his lap, and he improves by a second.
34.7.
34.7. So it's getting quicker. I think
Yeah.
Q3. Although, is it me or does it look a bit cloudy up there? Or
It
am I
is
hoping
looking a
so?
little cloudy. Not gonna lie. Did we have any rain in the forecast, though? That is the question. As
Yeah,
Stav starts his lap now, by the way.
Let's jump on with Stav then, because he is yet to put a time in. Fox has now put a time in, but his is not good enough. He's 12th, so he's going to have to... Is there time to go again?
I don't think so, unless he just goes right away. Another person who is trying to make it to the line is Wesley right now. Oh, no,
Ooh.
Wesley's actually on a lap.
He's on the lap. Should we join him quickly then? Yeah, he's putting
so
a
Wesley's just in
purple
third
second
sector
sector.
now.
So this is
See
make
what
or
he
break
can
for him.
do
He's
here.
one chance, and I don't think if Fox has just put a lap in, his ERS is not going to have recharged for him to go again. So that could be Fox out.
Please. So 10K at risk now. He is out of the session.
Oh yeah, he's
So
finished.
he's sitting in 10th place right now. We'll see if Wesley can knock him out. All he needs to do is below a 35.2, and I think he'll do it.
Oh,
He does. Goes P9.
Just he's still at risk though. So where's Bog on track then? So he's coming around the third sector now as well. So
the next driver at risk is Racing Ryan with a 35.1. Bogarowski's going to have to improve on that time.
yeah, Fox is
Coming into
out.
the penultimate corner. Yep, Fox Blue retires from the session. Final corner for Bogarowski. 32, 33, 34, and coming across the line with a 34.9.
He's done it. He should
Sticks
be.
in the P9.
Is he? I don't think he's at risk now, is he? He can't. No. So it's just ABX and Wesley that are at risk with Ryan and Donkey Dan. I think Ryan might be about to come across the line right now. I think he might have gone across.
I think
so
Ryan.
That could be him out. He is. Yeah, he's out. So it's Donkey Dan now.
Wesley
at risk.
Skin of his teeth.
Him or Donkey. Him or Donkey. Oh, it's Wesley's made it.
Oh no! It's gonna be Wesley through.
I actually enjoy this full qualifying as Jordan puts it on pole at the end.
Oh, it's great. 34.494 for Jordan. I'm just gonna quickly say, the upgraded, I shouldn't say upgraded, the updated cars, the Aston Martin, the Williams, the Alpine, the Red Bull, and the Mercedes, they look great.
Yeah,
they look a lot nicer now, eh?
Yeah, much better.
The colors, I think, were a bit cheap earlier.
The only dodgy one is the McLaren, really, but I think that's more to do with Billy being in it than anything else.
Yeah, very true. Billy, well, we'll just see him crash that thing anyway, so we won't be looking at it too much tonight. But so that is it.
Some big losses in that round.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, the full qualifying is actually quite exciting, isn't it, really? Just seeing drivers at risk.
It is.
But do you want to round up the grid?
Yeah, of course. So the eliminated 5 right now are going to be Racing Ryan in P11, Donkey Dan in P12, 10K in P13, Fox Blue in 14th, and in 15th we have Stav. So Stav, Fox Blue, 10K, Donkey Dan, Racing Ryan, we had some high hopes for them today.
We did.
And unfortunately, they're going to be out in Q2.
I think of the 6 people that I said might do well here tonight, I think I've only got 3 left. So it's going well.
But no, it's good to see Nellboy. It's good to see Bog hopping into Q3. ABXMT as well up in there. I know we still got a couple of D2 guys, a couple of D1 guys. Both of the Williams. Hey, I mean Wesley and Yari hopping in Q1 or Q3. What the heck am I talking about?
If Yari is anywhere near, it's rain. It's raining. I knew there were clouds.
Oh,
that's going to spice this up
we had a little
bit
bit of a call.
That's got to be. It looks a bit intery weather, doesn't it? It's not quite full wet, I don't think.
No, I think the inters will be what most cars are going to choose. Just going to put on the data now, and yes. So the only guys not on inters right now are Stuart and Billy. Oh my gosh, Billy has actually gone out on the soft tire.
No, he hasn't.
He has.
Let's watch his outlap. What is he doing? Is he? I think he's just trying to. He's just
Oh,
trying
he
to.
might get a delta on there.
He's, I think he was trying to be smart there, weren't he? Yeah, look, he's got no
Oh,
chance.
yeah, with that rear end stand, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he better come straight back in. It's got very wet very
Yeah.
quickly. Well, this is going to be interesting now, isn't it? So who have we got from a division point of view? We've got Sheba is Division 6. I think Jordan is Division 5. Lancey Division 2. ABX and Billy are Division 4. Nellboy Division 5. Bog Division 5. Stuart Division 4. And then the 2 Division 1 boys. So lower divisions are giving it some.
Yeah. I wonder, is it going to come down to straight line speed, or is it going to come down to how you corner in this wet qualifying? With the realistic performance, I mean, it might give the guys in the faster cars in the straight a little bit of an advantage, or will it give the guys who can just corner better an advantage?
I'll tell you who can't corner at the minute. It's Billy. He's having a
nightmare.
Yeah.
Is Billy going to come back in? Number 69. Wow, I got to say, great choice there for Billy.
Let's watch Yari. He's about to go over the line first, so let's watch a master lap from him. What's he like in wet weather?
Yari hates the wet weather. He hates it with a passion. Every time we have a race in the wet weather, Yari will say, screw this, screw that, and then he'll finish 10 seconds ahead of you. So I really don't know what to say. Yari's just sandbagging in the wet weather. But no, he's a good driver. He's consistent no matter what weather condition it is. We'll see what he can do with this Williams, though. Yeah, he's just a smooth driver. All around. He might complain.
Did get a bit of snap there, but I'm sure everyone will at some point in the lap.
100%.
And Billy has gone back in, not surprisingly.
Yeah, I think Stewart has done the same thing. He came out on the softs as well. Just looking for a rise out of the commentators, it might be.
Yeah. Just made themselves look stupid on national television. Yari now is just about to finish the second sector.
Yeah, Yari coming into the third. See how he takes these corners. A little bit of a snap there. Under braking.
Look pretty tidy to here so far, though.
Yeah, I believe. I mean, he'll go purple in the first, second, and third. And I think that's just because he's the first one to set a lap.
Very cautious round here.
Oh, 100%.
Can't say I've driven in the rain round here.
No, me neither. I mean, you got to be careful around that corner in the dry. So I think we'll see some people, not going too hard on the gas through there in the wet. But he's about to come across the line now. As we thought the times were going to tumble down in Q3, but now they've gone up about 15 seconds.
Can Lancey beat him? He's about to come over the line.
Lancey 49.0.
A second behind.
I think Yari, he might be cheating. Might have to check that car for some illegal parts.
It's Jordan.
Oh!
Nicks it by 10th.
It's got to be straight line speed. It's got to be.
Yeah, I think like when you're on board with Yari there as well, and ABX just about to come over, he's in third. When you look at Yari driving, like he's just hitting absolutely every apex going, and it's got to be the difference, isn't it? Whereas,
yeah, I think so. He's just very consistent. He maximizes the track. He's early on the throttle, late on the brakes, and somehow he's still able to hit all the apexes and be super consistent while doing that.
Wesley's not hanging around this time. He's put a time in. His Bog puts it on pole. Oh,
Bogorowski!
Come on, Boggy.
Okay. So Mr. Bog with a 47.5 puts it into P1.
Strutting around in his Red Bull. Puts it on pole. I'd love it if he stayed there. I would love it if he stayed there.
Unfortunately, Shaiba has invalidated his first lap, so I think he's going to hop back into the pits, and it's only going to be one for him. But Billy and Stewart, after making a questionable decision, going out on the softs, are about to start their laps now. It looks like Billy is going to be first, and
Chuckle
Stewart
Brothers.
is going to come across right behind him. The Chuckle Brothers, yeah. One brain between them, putting on the soft tires as Billy starts his lap now. So Billy coming up the hill into turn 1. Let's see what he can do here. Down to second gear, get that rotation. Oh, and he slams the throttle. So I think he might be carrying a little bit of that so-called traction control.
He is. I think he actually races on controller as well, you know.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
He
That
puts
makes
in a
sense.
purple
Is
first
that an
sector.
actual purple first sector?
I think so. That's what it thinks. That's not going to compare it to his other time, is it? But
No, so coming down into the hairpin now. Takes that nicely. No snap. So clean through the first sector. About to end the second now.
and Stewart, I think, is probably getting a toe off him here as well.
Oh, I would say. Oh, no, who's that behind him?
Yeah, Stewart behind him, yeah.
No, that's Yari.
Is it?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
it is.
that's
Yeah, it's
the
a Williams,
Williams.
isn't it? Yeah, it's a Williams, yeah.
Is
he
Yari
on
on a
his
lap?
Oh, he might be. He's about to push Billy over the line if he is.
I haven't even seen.
He's
we're back with Billy now.
He's three tenths up, Yari. So let's get back on with Billy. Sorry, I changed the channel.
Oh, Billy going pretty wide there.
And he's struggling to hit the apex there as well.
Coming down to the final quarter now. Don't invalidate it. Gets on the throttle. Coming across the line with a 49.6.
Let's quickly jump with Yari.
Oh, Yari actually
Yari
hopped into the pit.
I thought he was 3 tenths
Stewart
down.
quickly though. Stewart through the final corner.
Let's get on with him.
145, 146.
Pretty cautious.
147. It's going to be a 149.6 for him.
So Chuckle Brothers, slowest
Chuckle Brothers going P8, P9. Very close to each other in times as well.
Is Wesley on a lap? Oh, he's warming his tyres up.
Yeah, I think so.
Sheba's ahead of him, and we haven't seen Sheba yet, and he's yet to post the time, so we'll follow him around the track and then go back to Wesley. But I haven't seen much of Sheba this year, but he certainly had potential last year. I raced a couple of races with him.
Yeah, I haven't had much with Shiba either, but
he's definitely got the pace.
See how he does.
I think when I raced with him, it's just his racecraft he needed to work on a little bit, but he's obviously improved that because he's done well in his division.
And that's one of the biggest things, I think. Me myself having issues with racecraft and consistency more than anything. A couple things that I just had to teach myself were to, calm down. Don't take too many risks. Save your ERS as well. That's a huge thing. Just focus on that natural pace. Don't take too many risks. And later in the race, when you've got the pace, you can hold back and save up your ERS. And near the end of the race, when you need to push and you need to go for a move, you can then switch that flip that switch.
Yeah.
You can switch that flip that switch, and you can start pushing. But, English is not great for me, even though it's my first language. Shiba coming into the third sector now. Let's quit making fun of my English and talk about him.
Stuart's put it in the bin somewhere. I don't know where. That's going to be him, 8th at best then.
A little wide for Shiba.
One of the Red Bulls come across, but they didn't improve, so I wonder if he was on an outlet. But Shiba rounding the last couple of corners now.
They're just getting limited so hard there with the traction control. That does limit your lap time, I would say. But,
yeah, for sure.
44 to the last corner, he might end up doing a pretty good lap here.
It's going to be pretty good. Gets him up to 8. And we'll put Stewart into 9th at best. So if Billy can improve on his time, we will go back to one of the Red Bulls.
Oh, that's it.
No, Bog's in, so he's not going to get back out in time. So provisional pole, he's got to hope that no one beats him. Who's the next across the line? Is it Wesley? Yari's starting a lap by the look of it. And is Wesley
Oh.
going to follow him? Assuming they're
believe
going
so.
round again. So is ABX? ABX isn't validated. Billy,
Wesley doesn't have much ERX left. At 30%.
doesn't he? And then Billy.
Starting this lap.
The game reckons that Billy is a 10th up, but that's not going to do much for him.
No.
So I don't
Almost
know.
2 now. See if he can gain any more through the last couple.
He did have a problem through this last section as well, actually, didn't he? In his last lap, he ran really wide. So this might be where he's about to save it. It's going to be a 149. So
doesn't
he
improve by much.
relegates Stuart down, but only puts him in ninth. So Stuart will start 10th. I think this is Jordan. Has someone
Wesley
just spun
it.
Has he?
Yeah, so Wesley's around. I think that'll be it for him.
So that's him done. And Jordan, I think, is just about to go on his final lap. Is there time left on the clock? I can't see because of the flag.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, so Jordan will be going around again.
13
We've got
seconds.
Nellboy's trying to do the same because he invalidated, so he's starting his final lap. So they'll be the last two over the line, I think.
Yeah, we have Wesley out of the swing, I think, and then we have Yari just coming into the final couple corners now as Bogorowski retires.
About to see
So
Shiva come
Bogorowski-
across the line. And he
Shiva
doesn't
does not
improve.
improve.
So who's this
So
next?
Bog
Yari?
right now sitting P1.
Yeah,
We'll see if
Bog.
Yari can beat him out.
Getting close to track limits there, but just about kept it in.
I don't think he's going to do it. I don't think he's going to do it.
He's not.
Oh, and he doesn't.
Oh, Bog. Oh, but Nellboy's 2/10 up, so he's gonna put him under threat. But we'll jump on board with Jordan first, actually, because he's gonna come across before. So if we'll have a look at the end of
As you
sector
do that,
3.
I'm just going to jump through. Lancey has a spin around the fast right-hander.
So that's him finish then. So is Jordan improving on his time? If not, we'll jump on board with Nellboy. No, it says he's put in a purple second sector, but he's 3/10 up. I don't know, let's stay on board with him just in case the game's having a bit of a funny moment. Yeah, Lancey retires. ABX is in the pit. Billy, he won't be able to do another one, will he?
48.6 for Billy.
Yeah, Billy's finished. So it's all on these two then. So Jordan and Nellboy, can either of them take Bog off the top step? Jordan about to come around the final corner. Nice and neat. Careful with the power.
Oh, I
Get
don't
over the
think Jordan's
line.
gonna do it. Oh,
He's
no.
not going to do it, so let's look at Nellboy then. He's a 10th up.
Has he
It's
run
not
out of
enough.
gas? What happened?
It's not enough, but is it enough to get rid of Bog? It's not, but it gets him in
No!
second place.
Bogorowski!
So the two
The Red Bull.
two Division 5 teammates see themselves on the front row of the grid, and Bog, congratulations.
Oh my gosh. Bogorowski, great lap from Bogorowski today.
I'm gonna
47.5.
I'm going to throw up if he wins this race. I hope he does.
I hope it rains in the race. I don't know if we're getting it, but hey. Anyways, so the top 10 today are going to be Barry Bogorowski. Huge congrats to him for P1. DTR Nellboy in P2. Jordan JJT in P3. DTR Yari and DTR Wesley. Trash cans. Absolute trash cans. 4th and 5th. Holding it up. But Lancey in P6, ABXMT P7, Shiva in P8. It's Billy in P9 and Stuart in P10. Both of those guys sharing the same brain and bringing it home as the last two spots out of the top 10.
Soft tyres worked for him though, didn't it?
Yeah, soft tires, you know. Great decision. Great decision. If it was
sunny.
an alternate universe.
It's sunny. Right, now you know the grid. Now we know where people are starting. Where's your money? Who are you going with now we know more?
Well, I'll tell you what. You know, betting really hasn't worked out for me in my lifetime. I lost a lot of money.
Who are you going to jinx then?
But who am I going to jinx today? Commentator's curse. I think I'm going to pull out the old commentator's curse on Bogorowski.
Oh, you evil man. Evil man.
Evil for days, buddy. Yeah, so no, I think Bogorowski's going to take this race. I think he's going to win it. I think he's going to lead it by 5 or 6 seconds the whole time. And, he's definitely not going to crash on the last corner of the final lap.
There's no one called Benny. There's no one called Benny in the field. He'll be happy with that.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I'm thinking Bogorowski's got a pretty good chance. If Yari and Wesley can keep up, then they obviously, the both of them are great drivers.
Sure.
Despite the car. But I don't know. What do you think?
Well, it's hard to look away from Yari, isn't it? Because he is just class. And if you think about racecraft, he's going to stick in there all race long. So it's hard to look past him, but I want my boy Nellboy to do it. I want him to win it. So
you think Nelly's going to take it?
Yeah, we're I think we've cursed the two front boys, and they're going to hate us afterwards. So
don't be surprised if me and Hammers never commentate a race again in our lives. But hey, they're excited to get going. You see this gap already in the formation lap.
I don't think Bog knows what to do from the front of the field, actually.
No, probably not.
Wait, look at him, he's bombing it off. His tyres are going to be 100 degrees, but they'll be 50 by the time he gets going.
Predicted pit stop strategy up on your screen now, ladies and gentlemen. It's looking like a one stop. Going to go to a medium to hard or a hard to medium today. As actually, we have the new system. And I haven't used it in a full qualifying yet, the tire allocation.
Yes, that got updated in earlier this week, but didn't seem to work for me yesterday. I don't know if you've had another experience of it, but...
No, well, with the sprint race format, it allowed me... I went for the balance system so I could have two mediums. And in the sprint race format, using one of those mediums in the sprint didn't allow me to use it again as a used set in the feature race. Which I think might be... It's a normal thing anyways, but...
Well, I went for the harder setup. It didn't give me two sets of hard tyres in the actual race. So... But, well, Bog's been on the line for about 20 minutes, and the rest of them are just catching it up now.
Jens is not even at the last corner yet. He's about to come around it now. We'll see how Bog's tyres fare sitting on the grid for that long.
So we've got a pretty good...
I'm going to let you call this out.
Cool. I'll do the lights. You can do the commentary up to the first corner. We'll see who gets away well here. So we've got money on Bog. We've got money on Nellboy. Yari's the one to watch. I think they're just about lined up, and we're going to see the lights. 3, 4, 5, and the race of champions is go, and they're off.
All right. So looks like Bog gets a great start. A lot of traction. The Red Bull, his teammate, Jordan JJT, moving up to P2, but Nelly's going to send one down the inside. They both give each other just enough space to not pull a Ferrari, and Jordan is going to come out ahead. We also have Yari now up into P4, fighting with Nell Boy.
I think he just got a little bit of a touch from Billy.
Like by Billy.
Yeah, and Billy's up to 5th. That's massive. He's gained loads.
Crash at the back.
Is that where we're looking?
I believe it's going to be Baldy,
Jens?
Marshmallow, and Jens, all three. So, I mean, hey, a Ferrari and a Mercedes crash did happen on the first lap. It just wasn't in the first corner.
As I think Wesley's just made his way past Donkey Dan, and Lancey and Donkey Dan are now having a fight. So, looks like Lancey's just got a bit out of shape from an overtake. But Wesley makes it through. Let's just try and
So this is actually great for Bog. His teammate right behind him. They're going to be able to maybe talk some strat. I don't know if they're in the same party together, but we'll either see a fight between the teammates, or we'll see a little bit of strategy happen.
I can't imagine there's going to be too many teammate orders in this, because it's all or nothing, right? It's not.
True enough.
No team championship, so I'm assuming everyone's in it for themselves. As Nathaniel Perrin makes his way past Race and Ryan. But we're on board with Bog, who's led the first lap. He's got an 8/10 lead as BB Baldy has lost it in the start of Sector 3. And is that a safety car? It's a virtual. It's a virtual.
That'd be virtual, yeah. So a virtual safety car on the start of lap 2 here, as BB Baldy loses it in the third sector. That's that dangerous corner, the right-hander that goes into the really sharp left-hander, where you got to be super careful getting on the throttle. I know a couple times going through that corner, I've had some pretty big snaps, so I think Baldy might have just got on the throttle a bit too early and lost the rear end of the car.
We've got a couple in the pits. Fox Blue's gone in. He's changed to hard tyres, and so has Jens, I believe. Marshmallow's in there, and Tenkat's in there as well. I don't know if that's intentional for tyre change or whether they've picked up some damage somewhere, but they are in and changing tyres. Interestingly, Donkey Dan has started on the soft tyre, so he would have been hoping for an early safety car, and he got a virtual but didn't take the opportunity to pit. So I have no idea what his strategy is going to be if he's not pitting early. But we'll see. And the other boys that are out on the alternate strategy: Stav's on hards, Ryan's on hards, Stewart is on hard tyres, Wesley in 6th on hard tyres, and they're going again. As there's already been an overtake. Wesley and Donkey Dan having a fight. Wesley's going around the outside, but he's now side by side with Lancey, who's trying to nip it round the outside, but I think Wesley just got him covered off for now. But Lancey's going to get the inside line. I think Lancey might have just... Is there a problem with Wesley? He's got Sheba going around the outside of him now.
We have a little look at Wesley's car here. I can't see... Oh, he has no front wing, I think.
He's got no wing. Oh, I wonder what happened. I wonder if he got a bit too...
No, he does have a front wing.
Yeah, he has. I have no idea what happened.
It's just the Williams. Williams is just slow.
Well, what I think might have happened is just off the back of the end, the long straight, I think he tried to move on Donkey Dan and it just got him out of shape, and the other two were quick to pounce on it. So... I think ABX...
Look at the gap here.
Yeah, ABX has just made
8/10 out.
Sorry, go on.
ABXMT. ABXMT made a move on Wesley?
Wesley, who's moving backwards, yeah.
Yeah. So unfortunate start for Wesley here.
Yeah, feeling the pain of that Williams, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Mamba, though. Mamba doing pretty well, up from 17th to 15th now. I think that crash at the start might have helped him out as well in the Aston Martin. So he's just looking to gain positions, do his thing. Stavroulis down in 14th. Doing about the same.
He's benefited as we've got a couple of movers. I think Sheba's just made it past Lancey, and Stuart Foxy's made it past Wesley. So Wesley is really struggling now. So
floor damage, is it enabled? Is there simulation damage?
I believe so, yeah.
He might have floor damage then. Oh my gosh, big send from Nathaniel. Whoa!
And it's caused a big pile up behind him. that was an incredible... I don't know how you make a move like that stick, really. That was...
Yeah, Nathaniel sending one down the inside and then just has to stop on the apex to even make the corner.
Yeah, and Stuart really couldn't go anywhere else, I don't think. I don't think he would have seen him in that tight, to be honest. So, but we've just in the fastest lap get traded there. I think Bog put it in originally, and then Nailboy took it off him. So these top three are separated by about 8/10 each. And Yari's, I think he's just starting to lose touch of them a little bit.
Yeah, so Yari almost a second away from Nailboy in P3 as he just grows into that now. Oh no, he's jumping around. But hey, I mean, P5, 1.8 seconds for Billy away. And as I say Billy's name, Billy is actually up 4 positions, and Donkey Dan behind him is up 6. So those two had a pretty good start. Another one who had a good start was Nathaniel Perrin. Nathaniel's up 5 positions. And Wesley, unfortunately, down 7. So Wesley, the big loser for the start of the race today, down to P12.
Sheba just gets past Donkey Dan. I wonder if Donkey Dan, because he would have had a good start on those soft tyres, I wonder if his tyres are just starting to go away from him a little bit. As Wesley and Racing Ryan are having a battle.
Softs.
Yep. I think Racing Ryan has just made his way around the outside of Wesley. Just going through sector 3, and Wesley is trying his best to keep that position. He's now going to get the inside line round the long right-hander, and Ryan is just waiting his moment as Donkey Dan loses another position. So those soft tyres must be finished.
Donkey Dan.
They must be
he's coming back at him though.
Is he?
Wesley trying to break the slipstream, but Donkey's having none of it.
And we've got a slow car on the end. We've got a slow Alpine on the down the straight. I think it's Stuart. Nathaniel's got past him. And there's a big fight at turn 1.
Yeah,
Three
Lancey's
wide.
just been overtaken twice. If ABXMT holds the position, Lancey will be down 2.
Whoa!
Oh, Lancey!
Whoa! Just cut across the front of him, and that has put
he's
ABX.
taking out ABXMT.
It's put ABX in the bin. But he's still going. He's just managed to join the back of the train.
Car is okay. Fortunately, he spins it again. So I think those rear tires might be lit.
Yeah, it's hard to get them back under control. But I'm just going to jump on board with Nellboy because he is closing in on Jordan, and he's side by side with him down the back straight, and I think he's going to get the move done into the hairpin. So, as you were at the start of the race, Bog in the lead, Nellboy in second, but Bog has importantly broken that DRS, and what that fight is doing though is bringing Yari back into the equation.
Yep, Yari back in within 3/10 now.
So DRS for all of those three, and Bog just needs to keep extending that gap whilst they squabble behind him.
Yeah, this is great for Bogarowski. The other thing that's not great is Nellboy in P2 has only 9% ERS.
We've got an Aston round. Is it Mamba? I think it was Mamba, yeah. He hasn't lost any places, but he did have a bit of a spin. Let's go back up to the front of the field. Join back on with Yari because he's the closest man on. Oh no, we've got Lancey actually. Let's have a look at him. He's on the back of Donkey Dan.
Ooh, is he going to get this move done? I don't think so. I wonder if Donkey's spamming that ERS. Because he didn't really close in too much to him in the first straight there. You think he would with the AlphaTauri. I believe it's a better car than the Aston Martin.
Yeah, and he will have better grip by now.
Pretty evenly matched.
I think Donkey Dan must be praying for a safety car here. As I think.
Yeah, I would say.
I think
Yari.
He picked up 3 seconds. He did. I think Yari must be fighting Jordan because they are dropping back from Nellboy.
Yari's about to get this pass down on Jordan.
Yeah, let's jump on board with him quickly, side by side with him, and that could release Yari after the front two now. He cuts a lot of that corner, but I think you can't you?
Yeah, you can take a lot of curb through there. Stretch the track limits out. As Yari's going to see that light of Nellboy flashing ahead of him, that's going to give him a little bit more confidence to push this Williams to the limit. I think as Bogarowski, has that gap come down now, or is it up to 1.6?
No, yeah, he stretched it. I think it was 1.4 we saw before, so...
Okay, so still stretching it out.
I think when watching Division 5 quite a lot this year, Nellboy does seem to drain his ERS quite a bit, but just seems to have a lot of raw pace, to be honest. So we'll see if he can keep Yari behind him. That'll be a new challenge for him. What else is going? There's a lot of.
Within 1 second.
There's a lot going on a bit further down the field. Is that?
Lancey has overtaken Donkey Dan. Donkey Dan's into the pits. So
yeah, I think he
laps.
had to, didn't he? He had to.
Yeah. The soft tires this year in general, the soft tires just suck. I mean, they're good for 4 or 5 laps. There's a late safety car you want to put them on, but there's not a lot of tracks where you can really use those soft tires. So no, Wesley's going to make the position up though. Wesley on the hard tires. Started on the hards actually. So.
Just jumping on board with Stav, who's making his way up the field. He's up 4 places. He's on the back of Racing Ryan, 5 tenths back. I've seen a lot of him so far in this race, but he's slowly going about his business like he did in Division 3, to be honest. Just tends to hang around and make the moves at the right time.
Stav in Black Mamba as well, up to P12 now. So Mamba's just kind of been sticking around doing his own thing, and it's been working out for him so far because he's getting close to the points position now.
Yeah, it's got a big gap to close in, but anything can happen. And Yari is just about keeping within a second, isn't he, of Nellboy? But I think Nellboy is starting to reel Bog in a little bit as well. That gap's come back down.
About 3 tenths now, the gap has come down.
And this little battle that we're on board with... Go on, sorry.
Well, Yari is 1.2 behind Nell. And he got the DRS there, but I don't know where he's losing out. I think it's in the traction zones.
Is it? And we've got quite a close battle here between Nathaniel Perry and Racing Ryan and Stav. But looks like a bit of a train at the minute. Doesn't look like anyone's able to get close enough. As we've got another yellow flag, and it is that Marshmallow?
I believe it is.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, so Marshmallow car is okay. Just getting back onto the track now in the long right-hander. Don't know if he has any damage. I think the car is alright. Just having a peek at it now, and yeah,
Sheba and Billy are having a little bit of a battle, and Sheba, I think, chucked one up the inside, and Billy managed to get the switch back on him. But Sheba is now coming back down the back straight and will have the job done for the hairpin. So that's Sheba up into 5th.
Billy is looking for a battle here with Sheba, actually.
Yeah.
It looked like he was going to go back down the inside there for a second. Would have been a bit too much of a send. Is he going to pull one down the inside here?
He's trying to pair in.
Nope.
He's trying to pair in. He doesn't do it. But the one thing that Billy will be happy about, as Donkey Dan just makes up a place on Wesley, is that Sheba's red light is flashing, and Billy is pretty good at managing his airs. So I don't think he'll be too disappointed with that. He'll be able to keep in touch, I think.
Quick shout at the front of the grid is Yuri and Jordan are both under 10%, and Yuri is around a second behind Nellboy. So Jordan's catching the DRS off of Yuri, and Yuri has nothing. So this may shape up to be a pretty good battle within a lap or two. And there goes my voice. Massive voice crack.
It had to happen at some point.
Gotta have at least one a race.
There's a little bit of a battle going back. ABX and, is it Donkey Dan? Are they having a fight? Or am I making that up? I think it might be ABX and Wesley.
Oh, Mamba. Oh, he's in the pit.
He's in the pit.
Oh my gosh, I thought he spun it.
But
But only 9 laps on the mediums.
Only did 9 laps.
Oh, who did spin?
That is Williams.
I think it was
Wesley.
Yeah. So Wesley just doing some 360s for fun out here. Doesn't lose any positions.
Doesn't like those hard tyres.
Racing Ryan's super close to Nathaniel now. He might send one up the inside. Oh, he's going to.
Yeah.
Late on the brakes, going too wide here. But Nathaniel keeps position, gets some good traction on the exit. Just going to have a little look at this battle from the view of Stavroulis behind. Not looking like much is going to shape up from that. So Nathaniel keeps the position for now.
Ryan's red light is flashing. And again, from watching him in Division 5, he was very similar to Nellboy, really. As I think Nathaniel, oh, he's going in the pits. He did have a little wobble out that corner, so he's in the pits. And these two will carry on. But I don't think Stav's going to be close enough. And where's that happened? That is Marshmallow again, is it?
It's going to be Mamba.
Mamba, is it?
A Mamba on his outlap with the hard tires.
Oh, look, Nellboy has closed the gap. He's within a second of Bog. And there's a full, yeah, it's a safety car. Safety car. Who's gone? Is it? I can't see where it's happened.
I don't see anyone retired.
I don't see anyone. What's caused that then?
It might have just been Mamba. He might have been like slowed down too long in the track.
I don't know. I saw him when you said it. I went to him and he looked like he was driving fine. So I have no idea.
He had a spin just out of the fast, just out of the back straight.
Right.
It was the first left-hander there.
Would he have left any mess on the track? Not enough to cause a full safety car, surely. But the safety car looks like it's just driving around on its own. Like, should it even be out? Or has it stopped now to pick up the leaders? Let's try and get on with Wesley.
Who's coming up to it?
It's gone a long way round. It's at the end of Sector 1. It's at the start
it's
of
waiting
Sector 2.
there at the end of Sector 1.
Is it?
That's a long way to go.
That's a long way, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose it can't wait in the S-Bends, can it? Look, so everyone is now pitting. The front 7 are all in. Did they all start on the mediums? I think they did, didn't they? Oh wow, Nelboy
Bog
came out
almost
so
got jumped by
close.
Nelly.
Yeah, that was so
And his
close.
car just like stopped him
But
in his
hasn't
tracks.
Yari's jumped Jordan and so Sheba? What's happened there?
Maybe just an early or a late click to turn in,
Yeah.
and it might have cost him some time.
He wasn't on a penalty. He didn't have a penalty, did he? He didn't have anything.
Nope.
So it must have been a misclick. That's all it can be, isn't it? Right, let's.
I believe so. So that's going to be down to P5 for him now, unfortunately.
So let's have a look at the tyres now. So the top 7 all on hards. Foxy in 8th on mediums. Stav and Ryan on mediums as well. And Nathaniel pitted a lap early, didn't he? If he had left that a lap later.
Yeah.
So he's lost out to both of those two then. He was leading that train. And then Donkey Dan has pitted again. He's in on hards, ABX. And Jens stayed out on hards, which is interesting.
I think that really sucks for Wesley and Mamba as well. Because Mamba dove into the pits, and I think I'm not 100% sure, but I believe he was the one that caused the safety car with that spin. I'm not 100% sure.
There wasn't anything else going on, was
weird
there?
Safety car. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I could think of is he spun the car, and then he was just took too long to get it back on track, and like maybe he was just sitting in the middle of the track trying to do a flick spin, and that caused the safety car. I don't know if it's on standard or reduced or not, but I don't know. That's a weird one. But I mean, unfortunately, still he lost about 6 positions from it. He was up in P12, I believe.
Just seen a message from Billy complaining about his car. Don't think it's the car. I don't think the car can choose to put soft tyres on in the rain, mate. I think that might be your problem. But I think that might have come at a good time for Bog. He was just getting caught by a Nelboy, so it's going to give him a chance to regroup.
Yeah, definitely.
One thing that Yari might just be able to take advantage of is maybe tyre warm up. Like I do find that people in the higher divisions are a lot better at managing temperatures, and even if they can't manage the temperature, they're better at being able to manage cold tyres.
Well, I was going to say as well, a lot better at managing their ERS. But in Yari's situation, up at the front of the grid with all the other drivers around him boosting their ERS out, it kind of forced him to do the same to stick with them, especially in the Williams. Yeah. So we'll see what everyone does now that they've got it charged all the way back up. I'm really kind of intrigued to see how many laps it's going to take for everyone to get down to that 10%.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I think it'll probably be 2 or 3 laps. I don't know, but what do you think for that?
Yeah, it doesn't take long, does it? Like you've got to manage it, but you've also got to keep the cars behind you, haven't you? You could see that when they were in quali, by the time they got to the last lap, they were well under 10%. So. Yeah, it's definitely going to be who can manage it the best, and you would say that the stronger cars are probably going to have the better chance of doing it.
I would say, and I know Bogarovsky up at the front of the grid was really the only one to keep it around a 30 or 40%. The guys behind him obviously fighting, so they do have to spend it. Safety car will be in at the end of this lap, so Bogarovsky's going to start backing the grid up now. I'm on board with Yari here. Yari's just swaying it back and forth, getting those tires warmed up. It is definitely difficult in this game to get the hard tires up to temperature.
And I don't know if you know the answer to this question, but does Bog know how to do a safety car restart? Has he ever been in this position?
I have no clue. Again, it's a day of firsts for Mr. Bog.
He needs to warm those tires up, though. He's just sitting in a straight line. You can see everyone weaving behind him. Has he gone? I think he's gone. Yeah.
I think so. Yep. He has the ERS on, and he is gone. Yeah, so the straight line speed of this Red Bull should be able to hold this P1.
So there's a bit of a gap forming to Sheba behind Yari, and Jordan's very eager to get on with it, and he's got round Sheba already. So that was really important for Jordan because
Stewart
he was
is also overtaken Lancey.
And there's a lot going on. As Donkey Dan is out.
Race.
Donkey
And
Dan's out.
Marshmallow is spun it as well.
Can we jump on
So
board
that
with
may have
Marshmallow
been a
and see what
crash
happens?
between those two.
Oh yeah, he's hit the outside wall. So no idea how that's happened. As Wesley is trying to move on Mamba, but not going to happen through there. It looks like there's about 4 or 5 cars just queuing up as Tenkate looks like he's making a move down
Billy
into the
making a
hairpin.
pass on Shiba. Oh, Wesley sending one down. Picks up a 3-second time penalty, trying to send one on the inside, just taking too much curb there.
Just going to go forward to Foxy because he looks like he's about to make another move. Oh, and he's been spun by Sheba and he's in the middle of the track. This could cause a bit of a mess. There's a couple gone wide. I'm finding it hard to pick up a good camera angle here. Who's lost out from that? Billy is down at the back. Did he get caught up in
Fox
that?
Blue here is fighting Jens. He might try and send one up the inside.
Oh, he's trying to do a
Yes,
Nathaniel.
almost a touch. Oh, he did touch him.
Is he going to let him back through? He's not. He's just going to carry on. He'll be called in the steward's room.
2 wide back. It was Mamba and Jens, but I think Jens might have picked up a little bit of damage there.
See if he comes
as
into
Wesley's going to try and come through.
There's Racing Ryan and Foxy, I think, is in trouble. Yeah, he's in the pits. And I think Lancey's just made his way past Racing Ryan, and he's on the back of Sheba already. So it's been some big moves since the safety car, and I think the biggest gainers here are Racing Ryan Stav and Nathaniel Perrin. But Nathaniel will be gutted that he pitted a lap earlier because he would have been in front of Racing Ryan if he hadn't.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. Good to see him in P9 still, though. Lancey's still fighting hard up into P6.
As Wesley gets through
6 tenths behind Shiba now. The gap to first from Now Boy is 8 tenths to Bogarovsky.
I think that safety car came at the right time for Bob. It gave him a chance to regroup, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of the guys are running low on ERS too, so that really does help them. Nelly actually down at 30% now. Bogarovsky's still holding around 50.
Racing Ryan side by side with Lancey. I think Lancey's just done enough to keep the inside line. And I think Jordan is all over the back of the Williams of Yari, so he wants that place back. Lost it in the pits. Have we got any other close battles on track? I don't think there is at the minute. Quite evenly spaced out.
Yeah,
go on, sorry.
I think right now for Bog, he definitely has the ERS to push and try and get out of that DRS. It's only 2 tenths he's got to make up. As the fastest lap now is taken by Shiba with a 138.063. So a pretty quick lap from him, and he does break it.
Yeah, it's interesting as well because he's been overtaken by Jordan in that lap. But he's obviously got the pace, so Billy goes in the pits, so I wonder if he picks up damage. Yari just hanging on to the back of Nell, and Bog is just breaking that second gap, which is huge.
Yeah, Nell doing all he can. He's blasting out all of his ERS, trying to get the DRS on the back straight here, and he will. So he still picks it up. Bog pushing out all of his ERS here, just trying to get that gap over a second.
And even Nell with DRS, Bog is still opening that gap.
He's still losing time.
And the same thing for Yari as well.
And the thing is, I mean, Nell under 10% now, and that's going to have a massive hit on his natural pace. Once you get below that 10% line, the car really does start to slow down the straights.
Lancey and Racing Ryan are at it again, but Lancey is still holding on to that 6th place. And he's just losing touch with Sheba, and I think that might be because he's having that battle with Ryan. So he's dropping off the back. Who's the next closest? We've got ABX. It's quite close to Nathaniel. We've got yellow flags. Is that Jens? Jens and Mamba?
No, it was Wesley and Mamba.
Was it? No, I think it is Jens.
Mamba
yeah,
just
Jens.
spun it.
Yeah, Jens is there as well.
It was Jens and Mamba. Did they come together?
Yeah, they've been around quite a lot today. Not necessarily of their own doing, but I
unfortunate.
think Jens is coming in. Yeah, he is.
So what tires is that going to be for Jens? Probably back to the mediums, yeah? If he selected the balanced setup. I'll stick on with him now. Yep, it's looking like the mediums are going to be coming out for Jens Hoffer. So he's going to try and finish these race on those tires. A lot of the guys started on the mediums. They only went about 10 laps on them. He's going to be looking at doing, what is that, 12?
Yeah, he'll probably be able to stretch that, won't he?
Yeah, I would say he'd be alright.
But we have got Nelboy, who's right on the gearbox of Bog.
Bog must have made a mistake.
And Yari is just watching and waiting in the wings. We'll watch it on board with Yari. But again, you can just look at that. By the end of the straight, he's 7 tenths up.
Yeah. Straight line speed of that Red Bull. I think we've just had 2 penalties picked up as well. One by Racing Ryan, one by Scheibe.
We've got.
Unless I was just seeing the battle between Racing Ryan and Lancey now.
So we've got 4
Lancey
penalties.
gets better traction on the exit.
Oh yeah, I need to get on board with them. Yeah, this has been a good battle so far, but Shiba's just able to drive off a little bit.
Yeah. You know, they're both just going to be losing time if they keep fighting each other. I don't know which car is faster right now. I would think it's Lancey.
Yeah. And then you've got Stav just behind him.
Oh, 3 tenths. 3 tenths right now from Nelly to Bog.
And Yari's 2 tenths.
Exit.
Let's get on board with Yari and watch it from there.
And Yari as well, yeah. 3-second time penalty for Stewart.
Yeah. And this is close.
Is the commentator's curse going to come into play here, Hammers? Will it happen? Will Nell and Bog run into each other?
I don't know. All 3 of them.
Out on top.
All 3 of them are in trouble. I think we've called them all out. So maybe Jordan. Oh, Yari!
Oh my gosh!
Oh!
I didn't think he was going to get on the throttle there.
And Yari's having a look at him.
He's going for it.
Oh, you can just see the straight line difference. Is he ahead? I think he is just.
He is ahead.
And Jordan's going to have a look as well. Jordan's going to have a look at Nell, but he's trying to hang it around the outside. I'm going the wrong way.
Oh, I don't think he's going to get it done. No, he's not going to have the right line.
He's trying to hang Oh, and Nellboy was eagle-eyed.
Oh, too wide.
Here they come. And I think Nellboy might just be in front. Oh, he's just in front.
Oh my gosh.
What a battle.
So Bog is under threat now, though. As Yari's going to pick up the DRS on the main straight.
But the guy that put in the fastest lap not that long ago, Shiba, is now in contention as well. He's within a second of these 2. But Jordan is past Nell.
Jordan in that Red Bull passing Nellboy down the straight.
And Nellboy with the switchback.
Nelly coming back with a switchback. Oh, he's just not going to get it done. Too much drive for that Red Bull. I did see Yari just sitting in the DRS of Bogorovsky, so he might just chill out, save up that ERS for a couple laps. He does have 10 laps left to make a move, and they are they're actually out of a second. Oh, wait a second, though. Coming across the detection line, it's going to be 9-3. So I believe Jordan will pick up the DRS.
But if you look at this now, we've got a train all the way down to 8th place, all within a second of each other.
Oh, we do too.
So that little battle has just brought another bunch of cars into it. And I said it earlier, and as Nellboy is about to get overtaken by Shiba, he's got the inside line.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nellboy is just hanging it out.
Oh my gosh, he turns in. What was Shiba thinking there? He turns in right into Nellboy.
I didn't quite see that on my angle. But they look like they've got away with it.
He just turned in a little too hard.
Nellboy is just starting to push that gap a little bit, yeah.
Now Shiba putting pressure on Nellboy. If he continues to try and put this pressure on, make these moves, and they fight, they're going to come under pressure from Lancey and Racing Ryan behind.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just going to cause a massive battle. But actually, Nellboy out of a second now from the Red Bull ahead. See if he gets a good drive here.
If this train carries on, I would not rule out Stav in this battle.
I don't think it's gonna.
Because
Nell's. Oh no, he's getting a lot of time through the S's.
Lancey 3-second penalty.
No.
So if you think now, Stav technically is sitting in 5th, but he's got to get through them, obviously, to get at Bog and Yari. But Stav's been doing this all year, just hanging around, waiting for people to make mistakes, and then cashes in. So he's got, 9 laps? See what he can do. But I think this is going to be the battle we're going to watch to the end. As Bog...
Okay, so just checking the race director.
Yeah.
Bogorowski has no warnings.
Well, he's had it easy out there, isn't he, on his own?
Oh, Yari has 2 warnings.
He's pushing.
Jordan in P3. Jordan has 1 warning. And we've got Nell with 2 warnings. So Nell boy with 2 warnings. Wonder what Scheibe has. Scheibe actually, yeah, he has got penalties, doesn't he?
He has a 3-second, yeah. So does Racing Ryan Lancey.
And that's a safety car.
It's a safety car. What's happened? I've missed it again. I can't actually see anything that's happened on track.
It might have just been a little crash.
Right. Oh, what's going to happen with the pits now? I don't think these front lot can go in, can they?
11 laps. Nell boy's going to come in.
Nell's coming in.
Oh, Nell boy's going to stick on the mediums. He's going to put the mediums back on, isn't he?
But there's a lot of them following him in behind. Everyone behind him's coming in as well. Is Stav is coming in as well.
Nell's going to get a good stop here.
ABX is in.
He's going to put the softs on.
Really? Tenkata stayed out, so he wants...
a lot of other people putting the mediums on.
So Tenkata stayed out, and he's on mediums. So he's the softest front runner, but he's 9 laps old, and Nell boy will come out in 6th. So that is a sensible move from Nell boy, I think, going in.
Yeah, I think so. So we've got in and out of the pits now. Nell boy on the soft tires. Scheibe came in and put the mediums on. Racing Ryan with the softs. Stavroulis came in and put the mediums on. And then from P10 to P14, we've got everyone else on these soft tires. So that's going to be ABXMT, Nathaniel Perrin, DTR Wesley, Fox Blue, Stewart, Marshmallow, Black Mamba, and Jens Hoffer, actually. So the only one that stayed out from P10 to P18 was Billy. And Billy's on 5-lap-old mediums. Everyone else on the soft tire. So actually, I think it was a good move. If you can really nurse these tires, the race might not get going again until 21, 22.
Yep. It's got to go around at least once more, so that'll be lap 22 by the time they get going. But what's... I don't know, what do you think now? Like, again, if you're going to put your money down again, I think my view on this is that Bog has got enough rear gunners here. I think if he can keep Yari behind him, then it's him all the way, surely.
Yeah, I think you're right. Honestly, at the end of the day, you've got 10K, you've got Lancey, you got Jordan and Yari, all as a buffer for Bog to the closest, which is 6th place on the soft tires, is Nell boy.
And as good as Nell boy is, the people in front of him are not slow. And
no,
not only are they not slow, they're not all in slow cars. So
yeah, Yari's really the only one in a bottom of the field car. I mean, we do have 10K and Lancey in upper midfield car with the AlphaTauri, but Jordan and Bog both in the Red Bulls.
Yeah, it's going to be a very intense finish. Like, Bog has led this race. He put it on pole. He's led this race since lap 1. And we're all rooting for him to go and win it. And he will feel so much better that there isn't someone called Benny behind him.
I do not know the story about that. What happened there?
Oh, I was commentating on it. It was in Japan. They were on the last lap, and they go around turn 1, turn 2, and they both get a bit bargy with each other, but Bog manages to come out in front, and they get to the hairpin in the middle of sector 2, and Bog gets a little bit out of shape, and Benny is trying to go through a gap that's just disappearing, and it ends up them hooking tyres. They end up on the grass, and they both spin out on the last lap.
Oh, no.
from P1, P2. So
No.
so yeah, he obviously feels great about it.
Yeah, definitely a little. You can breathe a little easier. But can you with DTR Yari behind you?
Well, surely with the straight line speed that we've seen on that Red Bull, this is the best chance he's ever going to have.
Yeah, win the race of champions.
He's the champion of champions.
Honestly, Bogorowski, he's just got to keep a cool head. I think the safety car should be in at the end of this lap. But
Doesn't it mean that if he wins this race, he has to go into Div 1 next year as a forfeit?
I believe so. Yeah, so Bogorowski heading up to D1 with the equal cars. We'll see how that turns out for him. But no, not much left to go in this race. So I think Bog's just got to kind of keep a cool head, use the straight line speed to his advantage, try and, push the ERS out of the slow speed corners. And, just drive smart, use the ERS smart, and try and stay ahead of Yari in that Williams. And Yari in a Williams is going to be trying to defend with his life against the Red Bull of Jordan behind him.
Yeah.
So that might also give Bog a little bit more of an advantage as coming out of the last corner. Here we go.
Yari is wise to it, though.
Oh, yeah, Yari.
Yari is wise to it. And this is the moment Yari's been waiting for, but he's not going to take this opportunity.
Yeah. Oh, Yari!
Oh, he's gone round.
He spun it.
No.
Too much gas.
Oh, Yari. What was I saying earlier about them being able to manage their tyres better? Oh, no.
And I mean, like I said at the start, in qualifying, as a couple of 3 seconds have been picked up here, Fox Blue, I think, picked one up. Who else just picked one up? Was it Stewart or was it Billy?
Stewart's on 9 seconds, but just Nellboy is side by side with Tenka, and he is through.
Speaking of that, Billy picks up another one.
And I think, Nell's trying to double move. He's trying to go through on Lancey as well, but he hasn't quite made it happen. Lancey's gone wide.
Lancey's gone out of shape.
I don't know whether there's a bit of contact there, but this is huge. Bog must be shitting himself.
Lancey's coming back at him. Oh my gosh,
There's
straight line speed.
It's a three-way battle. It could be five wide.
They're 5 wide right now.
And I think Nellboy is going to come out in fourth. Oh, but the Ferrari trying to push it around the outside. Get some
good traction here on the exit.
But he's going to have the outside line, and we know that Sheba's not scared to chuck it up the inside there either.
Sheba leaves him some good space.
He does. And Nellboy's now on the back of Lancey. Look at the grip he's got round this corner.
A Red Bull 1-2 right now. Jordan is 3/10 behind Bogorowski.
I tell you what, Nellboy is going to be, if those tyres don't drop off a cliff, I think Bog is going to be worried. So
Racing Ryan picking up a 3 second, and it was Billy. So Billy picked up another 3 second. I'm just going to have a little check of the penalties now. So we've got Lancey 23 on 3 seconds. We've got Scheibe on 3, Racing Ryan on 6, Stewart on. Oh, what's going on now? What's going on here? Somebody is down bad.
Stuart Foxy, I think, or is it Yari in the pit? I'm sticking on with Nellboy.
Well, Yari's in the pit lane, but there was something else. Anyways, Billy on 6 seconds. Wesley on 3.
Nellboy's just making a move through. Oh, and it's pushed Lancey round. Lancey's round. But Nellboy makes up the place. It looked fair, but it wasn't an overtaking spot. Not a normal overtaking spot anyway. It was at the end of sector 1 out of that right-hander. That was a hell of a move. I'd like to see the onboard from Lancey later, but Sheba is coming at Nellboy now.
Oh, Sheba coming back at him hard right now. He's going to get by him before the braking zone. Nell brakes really late to get forced. He still has space left for him by Sheba.
This is good, clean racing.
Oh, Sheba brakes way late. Oh, Nell's going to have to get traction. Sheba's going to send another one up the inside there, I think.
And Nellboy can just hang it round the outside. He's going to be quick around this corner again. He's definitely got the grip round the corners, but this is going to be hurting Nellboy, so this is great news for Bog.
Oh, no. Sheba's going to hold it.
This is great news for Bog.
This is perfect for Bog up front. I just want to check the last couple down there were Stewart and Marshmallow. Stewart has a 9, we know that already, and Marshmallow with a 3. But up front right now, The newer tires have closed in on the 13-lap hard tires of Jordan and Bogorowski. So I don't know if Nell might have just pushed those softs a little bit. Oh, Scheibe picks up another 3.
Yeah, and he's just out of shape here. And Nell Boy.
Whoa!
Ooh. And Nell Boy's having to run really wide. Sheba's getting a bit pushy on him here, and this is where Nell Boy overtook Lancey. Got to be careful on the traction out of this corner. Oh, it's good.
Lancey's actually out of the race.
Is he? Yeah,
he's crashed it on track, and that's 3 yellows.
It's 3 yellows.
Is that a virtual?
It's a full.
It's a full safety car.
Is that good?
That's not good.
Well, I think as long as
hold on.
As long as Jordan and Sheba don't come in, it's okay for Bog. But if those two decide to pit, which I don't think you can, look at the field, it's too bunched up.
Yeah, but is Bog going to pit and is Jordan going to pit?
No, you can't. You can't. Not in my opinion. You cannot pit from there because you're going to come out of the back of the field. You're not going to overtake all those cars. You have to stick with the tyres you've got.
No, I mean, but if they pit, the rest of the guys are going to... If they don't pit, the rest of the guys are going to pit. If they do pit, then the other guys are just going to keep going.
Well, the hard thing is, so even if you're the person in second here, if Bog doesn't pit, Jordan's got to be thinking, well, is Sheba going to pit? Is Nell Boy going to pit? Is Race and Ryan going to pit? You just can't come in. I think, unless you're down in sort of 7th, 8th, 9th, if you come in, it's a mad decision. I think...
And that's it? They're all going to stay out?
Yeah, they're all. I don't think you can. I think people like Wesley could have, but he decides not to. One of the Haas Foxes gone in.
Fox Blue comes in.
I don't blame him. I think that's
Mamba.
But the problem is, even if you think about Fox, he's got what? He's going to have 16 cars to overtake. It's not going to happen, is it?
Yeah, Fox Blue's not looking at too much today.
No. I mean, he's lucky. He's
maybe
kept
some
out
points. Maybe some points for Fox Blue.
Yeah, he needs to be happy with that.
Still a possibility. There's, got to make up 4 places.
So, Bogorowski has led every single lap of this race so far. And he's still leading. And the safety car, will it be in at the end of this lap?
I don't think so.
End of next lap.
It might be.
It has to be 2 racing laps, doesn't it?
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's kind of huge for Bog. Because that's gonna wear out the soft tires of Ryan and Nell even more. It's gonna give Scheibe a couple more laps on the mediums.
Well, what it does do though, because Nell does like to drink his ERS, it's going to fill him back up.
That is true as well.
The benefit that the 2 Red Bulls have is that they've got the same pace advantage as Sheba. But Nell Boy, you can really tell he's struggled down the straights. Like Sheba's just come back at him every single time.
Yeah, so, and that's the advantage that Nell has on the soft tires. So he's going to be slow in the straights, but with the grip of the soft tires and the downforce he's running, that's what's allowed him to make these pretty absurd moves in the first and third sector.
I think if Nell Boy's got a chance, I think up into turn 1, he's got to be past Sheba and have a clean sector 1 so he can just clear him enough. That's got to be his aim. He's got to look at trying to get it done, but we'll see how he does at the restart, but he is sometimes a little bit slow to react, so he's got to be ready on the throttle this time. Otherwise, he's not going to...
If I'm Nell Boy right now, I'm staying as much as I can in that second, trying to hold on to the DRS, trying not to be overtaken by anyone behind, and that's a free podium. I mean, is it 3 or is it 6 for Sheba?
You've got to go all out for the win. Yeah, Sheba's 6 seconds.
Yeah. So
you've got to go all out
for the win. I mean, now it's a free podium.
Nah,
it's a free podium in the Champions race.
Are you telling me if you're sat in his car now, you're sitting there going, "Oh, I really want a podium"? Mate, he wants to win this. He wants to win this.
He does. Yeah, you're right. But do you have the tire life? Do you have the grip? I don't think you do.
Well, I think if he didn't, the safety cars helped him. I think he's got enough. I think he's got enough left in there for the last 2 laps. For sure.
I think Scheibe is in a way better position if he didn't have penalties.
Yeah, he is on mediums, isn't he? So they will last longer.
But there's really no one that can threaten from behind. Because everyone else has penalties or are on older tires.
That's true.
I mean, 10K down in P6 is on 15 lap all mediums. And as we saw earlier in the race, those mediums will really only go 10 to 12 laps.
Can I just say something that could be quite controversial here?
Of course.
If Bog is in the lead by the last corner, please do not do a Lunatic Kai in Abu Dhabi. Have you seen that?
Oh my gosh. Lunatic actually was in the comments section talking about that. Apparently we had said something in qualifying or something, and he thought it was directed towards him. And now it is directed towards him.
and there is actually a meme of him. So Bog will be sent that meme if he does it. But
yeah,
I think Bog will not be turning his ERS on round the last corner to try and, well, not put in the fastest lap and win the race. Like, I think
this is it.
Here we go.
We got what, 2 racing laps left?
2 racing laps. Bog's led every single one so far.
Yeah.
And I think it's between him and his teammate, potentially Sheba and Nell. Well, good luck, everyone.
Yeah, good luck. This is going to be an exciting final 2 racing laps of the Race of Champions. Bogarovsky looking to take home the win. DTR Nellboy in 4th, looking to push those soft tires to the limit. We also have Jordan JJT looking for a win as well. So, out of the last corner, Bogarovsky punches it. Not a great
and his teammate is coming
Nellboy.
in on him. His teammate is closing in. Don't think he's close enough.
Scheibe super close to the back of Jordan now. But Nell had a horrible start.
Yeah.
He's a second back already.
I think he can be a little bit nervous at restarts, but he will come back, watch.
Yep, he's closing it in now with that downforce through the first sector.
We've got a lot of yellow flags, but we'll ignore them for now because it's happening further down the field.
It was Sheba. Billy had an incident. He's all the way back down to P16 now. Fox Blue picks up a 3-second. But look at this, Bogarovsky 8/10 ahead of his teammate right now.
Yeah, and Nellboy's right in there again. Look, Nellboy's putting his nose in. He's not close enough.
Nellboy's got to spam it down the straight to even have a chance at staying with these cars.
And Racing Ryan is just poison as well, but Scheibe's
going to go for a move.
Here he goes. He's on the inside, and I think... Oh, let's see if Jordan dares hang it out like Nellboy has all race.
Oh,
and they touch wheels.
They're touching.
Oh, they've just managed to undercut. And look at Nellboy's also trying to get in on it.
They've touched.
He's going to try and undercut him. Nellboy's going to undercut them.
And through goes Hamilton.
That's the exact lineup as well. But look at Nellboy. He's taking a wide line.
Oh my gosh. But not yet. Through goes Hamilton. 1 position. He's up into the podium now.
And technically he is in second because of the penalties to Sheba. But
yeah.
Bog, look at this. 1.3, and he's on the final lap. Come on, Bog.
Final lap of the race.
Just keep it together.
Will my predictions come true? Will Bogarovsky 1 qualify first, finish the race, leading every lap, and win the race?
This will be an epic win for him. And
hopefully I did not just commentators curse him and his tires explode.
There is yellow flags, and it's Bog. No, it's not. It's black.
Oh my gosh! You scared me, bro.
But look at Sheba.
Oh my gosh!
Look at Sheba. He's within a second of Bog. I know he's got the 6-second penalty, but if he ends up fighting, it could bring Nellboy. It could bring Nellboy back into it.
But Nellboy's not going to have the DRS.
No, he's not. You're right.
Nobody's going to have DRS. No, actually.
So surely this is Bog's for the taking. Come on, Bog.
Bog just has a lot more ERS.
And don't let... oh, please, Sheba, do not take him out. Do not take him out.
Oh, no. Final corner. There might be a send.
You'll be added to the penny
Sheba
list.
taking a lot of inside curve there, running the Venturi tunnel over the sausage. But it actually works out for him, okay? A little wide here. Coming into the fast. Oh, he's right on him now. Bogarovsky, is he going to...
He's got 2 more corners to navigate.
To the final corner. He's closing out.
Sheba cannot win this on track, and Fox Blue bins it, funnily enough, right at the end. But Bog is coming around the final corner. Sheba is giving him a nudge.
Oh my gosh!
Nellboy Nailboy's going to come through and take the win. Oh no, we've said it. Oh no. Wow.
I would.
The only thing I can say in this situation is I got my prediction right. Oh wow!
Yo.
What a finish!
I was just sitting there waiting for who was going to speak first.
Oh,
I
still don't know what to say.
My mouth was just, my jaw just dropped. I don't have any words for what we've just witnessed.
So Bog has led 27.9 laps. Oh.
Yeah.
That stinks.
27.99. It was the final corner.
I think the worst thing about it is that Sheba had 6 seconds of penalty, so he was never going to win it anyway.
I know. What makes you what are you thinking? Why are you sending something like that? Like it's like he broke it under braking. It was fine, but it's like he just came off the brakes.
Yeah, there was no there was no point in sending that.
Like, just slow down, man. Like, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna. I mean, look at him. He's in 8th place.
Wow.
And he's just ruined the race for Bogorowski. Bogorowski.
I can't believe what I've just seen.
Throwing zero shade at Jordan and throwing zero shade at Nellboy. Bogorowski just drove the wheels off of that car and deserved the win of that race. Absolutely. And it was just taken away from him by a mistake by the Ferrari driver of Sheba.
And, you know, mistakes happen, but last corner, 6 seconds of penalties, not great. But look, I think if we're picking a driver of the day, it obviously goes to Bog.
Yeah, agreed.
Absolutely dominated the race. And look, shout out to Nellboy as well, because he had to put his car there to get the win in the end.
Yes, definitely. You know, a great race again. A great race from Nellboy. A great race from Jordan. You know, big battles going on in the last 10 laps or so of that race. So for Jordan and Nellboy to secure a podium, and of course Nellboy taking the win. You know, it's a great day from them. But just Bogorowski, man, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I
don't even know what to say.
I was going to say to you, maybe we should do some driver interviews, but maybe not.
I think we're going to leave the driver interviews for another time, because the paddock is going to be pretty heated after this one.
For sure. And I think just one more driver to shout out to. Yari was in there for a long stint before spinning it just towards the end. But
yeah, great work from him in that Williams. Made
it an exciting race. But well done to everyone that made it to the Race of Champions. It was a great race. Good to see you all on the grid. And we'll look forward to seeing everyone again at the start of Season 5. Do you know when it starts?
We'll be starting the last week of November is going to be preseason, and then the first week of December will be round 1 of Season 5 Delta T Racing.
Perfect. So come and join us if you want to get into F1 racing. All abilities are welcome, and we've got some good little events like this going on. Anything else from you, Jugs?
I don't think so. I just want to say congrats to everyone again for making it to the Race of Champions. It was a pleasure to commentate and a pleasure to watch. And thanks to everyone for coming out and watching as well. And we'll see you next time.
Spot on. See you soon. Well done, everyone, again.